Привет, мы продолжаем стрим по Alan Wake. Well. Аккуратно, аккуратно. Ага. Отлично. Сейчас мы выводим. Так. Пускай все соберутся. Сейчас мы отлично. Мы гоним дальше. Через который нельзя пройти. Вот там. Угу. Почему мне сюда показывают? Вот здесь что? Если муров. Значит сюда. Ну, сейчас. Ладно. Красота. Здесь что? А вот и домик какой-то. Старый, заброшенный. Полуразвалившийся. Соответственно, на подвал, да? Что-то мы нашли. Какие-то надписи. Ты чё? Ага, значит подниматься наверх. Поднимаемся. Три дофига. Дальше вверх. О, для оружия, ружбайки. Что-то их дофига. Продвигаемся. Отлично. Здесь выход. Кофе.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
У меня 5 ракет. Фонарик, несколько патронов.
I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
Скорее говоришь. Ну, на твоем пути сейчас.
Wait! Are you?
Это его.
Wake?
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! Sorry! Please, lady! The boss didn't know who he was messing with! I didn't know! I swear, I didn't know! We don't have his wife! We don't know where she is! She's probably drowned! We just said we had her to make him play ball, you see?
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife! We don't know where she is!
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
За 4, правда.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Так, и что делать? Дверь закрыта.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you, so sure, I'm calm. I get the message, loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good. This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan. Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. You go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically. I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now, we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk. Hartman obviously loved his own voice. His words echoed madly inside my head. I dug my nails into the palms of my hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside.
Не кажется ли вам это какая-то
Here's
странная
the entrance to the
больница?
office
Животные
room.
всякие.
That's for staff only. You were impressed by
Про
my
больницу
trophies
очень
when
много
you first
есть
arrived
разных
here.
странных
I
тоже.
do love to hunt. the great
Вот это,
outdoors,
мне кажется, одна из
man
них.
versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Scary, scary, scary.
Наркоман какой-то чувак.
Emerson,
Кошка, блин.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay, sorry. Boo.
Окей, сори,
Emerson.
блин.
We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow strike.
games.
Ooh,
It's
yeah.
trash, of course, but it does involve
Get him
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Здорово, а можно мне с тобой?
Come, Alan, this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Добро пожаловать в дом на озере Колтрон. Мы окажем вам всю необходимую помощь, тем не менее просим соблюдать следующие правила. Попросите друзей и близких заранее планировать посещение, чтобы они не приходили на время ваших лечебных процедур или творческой деятельности. Кроме того, просим вас уважать право на уединение и личное пространство других пациентов, особенно когда они заняты творчеством.
My rheumatism is killing me. There's a
Байкер,
storm
играющий
coming.
в настольные игры.
What a storm!
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Tor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of
Они же
Asgard.
были в
They
этом.
even adopted new first
Кафе.
names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark. Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Power again. He's checking on it now.
Yeah, good thing he's not overreacting or anything.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand
The
here
doors
later
were
on,
locked.
Birch. The storm's
Hartman
bound
and
to
the
make
nurses
you
would
know
have
jumpy.
keys,
You know how
but
they
there was
do.
no way to get my hands on them.
I'll do that, Birch.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room.
Something's wrong. Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Ладно, суть. Вернуться в комнату.
You can get to your room by those stairs.
Возвращаемся. Вот это что ли? Комната? Да.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn hammer?
I don't know.
Here's a friendly poke from me, old little wench.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we?
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap.
Well,
The
things
crazy
are
old fart hit her
unraveling
hard.
fast, aren't
If she
they?
was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages.
It's my
That's where he'd
store.
be keeping them.
I'm taking it. Come out and face the music, Birch. It's time to pay the piper. We're on a comeback tour, baby.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Let me out of here! Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna sue your crazy quack ass to shreds! Seriously!
Barry?
Do you...
Ow! About time!
Barry! Man, I'm glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that vet gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Хана доктор, походу.
The dark presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out. possessed bookshelves out of my way.
Что делать? Сбежать из клиники. Что-то сквишню. А если их... Вообще не видно. Значит, к этому генератору. Это что за реклама Red Bull? И чё? Вот это шар, я так понимаю, должен быть.
Sports scores, it's all at your fingertips.
Ты что, прикалываешься?
But the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al. Oh, God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
С двумя, блин, патронами. Интересно. Отлично. Батарейки всегда нужны. Скопник на 2 удара. Рукопись. Патроны и батарейки. Отлично. Туннель меня напоминает из этого, из Гарри Поттера. Видите свет? Крепыш. Перезарядка. Так, этот что идет? У меня была возможность, я использовал ее. Так, что здесь? Значит, нам вот сюда. Что-то шепчется. Отлично.
We don't want any fighting. It makes people
Трошки.
You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long.
Это одержимый.
You get 3 pills in the evening.
Вот он, профессор. Он же доктор. Он же одержимый чувачок. Блин, еще все главное.
Like things to be fighting. It makes people sad. You get
Вот, поварона может получить или все-таки в его книгов
like things to be lost.
Что за прикол? Ну теперь меня на 2 удара мучит. Потому что если... Как его не убить-то? Так давай, профессор, отдыхай. Мне вот интересно, вот эти вот вороны. Как-то их можно? Просто их очень остались. Сколько можно? Сколько раз варить? Так, получим, что решать. Псих. Мощный дядька, мощный. Товарищи, мне бы лучше контрольную точечку бы кто бы дал. Вы ничего не собираетесь, да? Так, вот это хорошо. Рукопись, стволочка. Ну, контроль. Отлично. Это не зря, да, наверное. Доктор Эмочка. Защищен. Так, он еще один. Ты че не попал? Так, перезарядка. Здесь тоже. Как-то так. Да я могу пойти. Да, там указывают. А, да, это ничего. Это ничего, тоже хорошо. Расследовать через сад. А, вот лестница. И сейф. Что-то тут всего много. Дробовик. Трон. Термос. Страница. Рукописи. А вон там этот ждет. Кореш. Сейчас скажу только, что это открыть еще нельзя.
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Конечно нет.
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry, I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
Конечно. Куда же без этого? Я сейчас эти фальшфейеры кидаю.
Hurry up, Barry.
I'm on it. I'm on it. Just hang on, Al.
Так, ствол. Нет. Вот так.
Hey, I found a corner. I found it! I found it! Ah, no, wait, that's a twig. Here it is! Al, I found the key! Al, we gotta go! Get in the car!
Я просто не понимаю. Отлично. Слава богу. До свидания.
Al, please tell me
Спасаю
we're headed
свою
for the nearest.
картонную
You're now
фигуру.
leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Ну, больничка уже заражена, походу.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the
But
craziest.
maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. You just need to find it.
Look out!
Переворот в стиле форсаж.
Al! God damn it, Al, talk to me!
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave
Нормально
way.
Барри отлетел.
Man, what a drop! Don't worry. worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that. Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Al! There's something moving down here!
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al! I'm great! Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh? You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al! I'll be waiting!
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al! I'm not staying here! It's suicide! I'm going to the farm! I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area! You can catch up! Don't worry about it! I'm on the case!
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Ничего. Бежите, почему не бежите?
Shadows crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through.
Чё, прикалываешься?
I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate.
Так, и чё? Отлично.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Omega-3 fatty acids are good for your heart.
Так, господи, чё? Чё ты хочешь? Давай, давай, давай! А всё, толку сейчас нет, в принципе, потому что добраться до фермы, а они... Пауза. Оп! Ты не ожидал, да? Вот, давай, давай, давай. Сейчас. Спасибо. Слава богу.
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
Так, что тут у нас есть? Конечно. Тормоз. Пистолет стоит. Что дальше?
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path. Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
Так, контрольная точка. Корешки, братишки. Я вижу свои. Вау. Быстрее, ну ты гонишь. Так, вот мы пришли.
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Hello? Anybody here? Barry!
No! Danny, you're not! Please! What are you? No! Don't! I'm sorry!
The front door was locked.
Дверь была заперта. Наверх? Ну, наверху. Мне кажется. Так, а здесь еще ничего нет. Значит, здесь.
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be... It used Alice to get to me, dangling...
Сколько можно? Слушай. Ты чё, Какая-то офигела.
Let me guess. Danny, huh? Anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way. Near escapes. Cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed. The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast. If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting it. After all, I'd made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
Давай без этих точно. Можно еще туда сесть. Выше кто-то так лучше. Нормально, скажем. Конечно, что такое уже. Как раз тут.
Well, as I'm sure everyone's noticed, that storm we all felt coming is finally here. The boys at the Weather Service reckon it'll last until morning at the very least. Pertaining to that, let me read that missing persons alert again. The Sheriff's Department... Куда мне ехать? Так, скакиваем и валим. Офигевший трактор. Сейф. Отлично. Так. Ладно. Собственно, на этом стрим заканчивается. Это была 5-я часть прохождения Алана Вейка. Возможно, еще вечером будет один стрим.
Там уже подольше. Всем пока.